In today's short video, we're going to take your writing from a B1 to a B2 level. I'm going to give you some easy top tips. Wait, actually, I'm going to provide you with some easy top tips. Provide somebody with is a formal way of saying give. So, you already have one tip. Let's take a look at this paragraph from an essay and see how we can improve it. Look at the first sentence. Instead of using it, which does not give the reader any information, we can use electronic devices because this tells us more information about the paragraph. Now, let's improve this sentence even more. The word important is probably one of the most common words in Cambridge exams. So, instead of using important, let's try to use another alternative to make our writing look a little more interesting. For example, we can say that electronic devices play an important role in daily life. And finally, for this sentence, instead of very good, let's try to use another alternative. Saying that something is very good does not really show the examiner that you have a wide range of vocabulary. So let's change it to offer many benefits. And please don't forget, after introducing a topic sentence, please use a full stop. Now, here's a table that will help you take your writing from a B1 to B2 level. Instead of using it, introduce the topic. Instead of important, we can say plays an important role. Instead of they are very good, we can say they offer many benefits. Let's take a look at our second sentence. Instead of using give, we can use provide people with. For example, they provide people with instant access to information, communication tools, and entertainment. Notice how I have also added instant to highlight that we have quick access to information. Let's take a look at our third sentence. Instead of need, we can use require. And instead of workers, we can use employees. The alternatives require and workers are more formal. So let's take a look at our formal vocabulary table. Instead of give, we can say provide people with. Instead of need, we can say require. And instead of workers, we can say employees. Let's move on to our final sentence. Instead of using also, we can use what is more, furthermore, moreover, in addition, or additionally to add extra information. For example, moreover. Also, instead of so, we can use a more formal connector such as therefore, as a result, or consequently. For example, they can help people stay connected with others. Therefore, electronic devices have become. Grammar tip. Notice how I have used therefore with a semicolon and a comma. You can also use a full stop before therefore. Considering that the previous sentence is short, I prefer to use the semicolon here. If the previous sentence already has a connector and is rather long, it would be better to use a full stop. Now, back to the text. Finally, instead of important, let's use essential. Electronic devices have become an essential part of modern society. Let's add these changes to our formal vocabulary table. Instead of also, we can use what's more, furthermore, moreover, in addition, or additionally. Instead of so, we can use as a result, therefore, or consequently. Instead of important, we can say essential. Here are some extra phrases and vocabulary that you can use in your essays. Instead of it's bad for you, you can say it's detrimental to. And instead of get worse, we could say deteriorate. Can you see the difference between these two paragraphs? Another important point to consider is how this paragraph has been structured. Notice how the first sentence introduces the topic. Then the topic is followed by 3 supporting arguments. They provide people with instant access to information. Many jobs and schools require employees and students to use electronic devices. And the final point, they can help people stay connected with others. So, this paragraph follows a logical order. One of the most important points in your essay writing is to use full stops correctly. Notice how after each sentence I have used a full stop. Students have bad habit of writing never-ending sentences, so please be careful with this. It is much better to write short sentences with one connector than long, incoherent sentences. Other things that you should not do. Do not write never-ending sentences with commas. It is better to write shorter sentences with correct punctuation. Remember, this piece of writing is not for you. You already know your personal opinion. This piece of writing is for another person to read, and because that person cannot read your mind, you have to write your ideas as clearly as possible. So do not write never-ending sentences. Do not use personal pronouns such as I and you in your main paragraphs. Do not use contractions like won't, isn't, it's. Use full forms instead, like will not, is not, or it is. Finally, if you are not sure how to structure your B2 level paragraphs or essays, take a look at this video. Thanks for watching everybody, and see you next time.